Guys, it's me. I gotta show you this. When I went to summer school, this is the code I had to follow. And I bet this is like that in any program you go to. Our code of behavior. They gave us a behavioral code. Everyone has to follow it in this program. It means in their program, you are polite. It's hard to be polite all the time. But you should be polite. I agree with that rule. Being polite gets you somewhere. In our program, we stay with a group. You know, if you're in a group setting, stay with a group. Don't wander off. I should try telling that to my dog. At all time. What, they want to keep us on a leash and start observing us. Observe. But I'll follow it because it's important in a group. Yes, you have to stay with a group if you're in a group. And in the program, you're supposed to ignore silly behavior. It's hard for me sometimes. I get giggles. I used to giggle a lot in school. They used to put me in a corner when I giggled or laughed at my mistakes. Sometimes there were funny mistakes. One time I knocked down a plant. The teacher asked me if it was funny, and I said yes, and I laughed about it. And they told me to go and sit down and think about it because you need a moment. They talk about having what is called, quote unquote, a moment by teachers. They did that when I went to the cell. They give you a moment, folks. A moment. You know what that is? They put you in a corner. Not doing that with me. I'm not someone. Well, everything has a code of behavior. Society does. Okay. I guess this goes for everywhere I go. Any program I go to, I'm to keep this stupid thing. Okay. I have to because it's glued onto it. I'm not taking it off. This was from Thursday, July 1991. You know how old I was in 1991? I was 15 years old when they gave me this. I was 15 at the time. I had some problem with behavior when I was 15. I giggled a lot and I was silly. And I didn't behave and I made rude noises with my arm then. I was childish. But at that time I was a teenager, so there wasn't much. This is what you would get if you go to summer school or a special ed class if you have behavioral problems. God, what do they think? But I'm going to show you a picture of me when I was a teenager. You're going to see my teenage self. My teenage me. I like my teenage me. I'm going to see if there's any picture of me. Oh, by the way, I got my... Oh, no! Not my earphones! Okay. You want to see my schedule? You can see my schedule. Everyone had it. So, July 1991. On the first day of July the 3rd was the day I went to summer school. July the 1st was Canada Day. The 2nd was a Tuesday. And the 4th I went to the art gallery in 1991, as I remember, because I was there. My teacher was a very nice teacher. Okay, here were my goals I set when I was 15. Here is my goals, and if you want to listen to them, you can. I plan to listen to music, but I'm not going to give my name. But I dislike Graham saying my name. I'll just say that all the time. I like drawing vampires. I like swimming and going on field trips. And at that time I said, and I like painting. I also like to play piano, but I used to play piano. But at that time I was 15. I like to bike ride. I do want to bike ride one day. That is one of my goals I've been planning to do my whole life. And I've planned it since 1991. This is so old. This is from 1991. I've gone over my diary from 1991. But I'm not giving my name out because I'm not allowed. Names are not allowed in this. I just say my. And I like drawing vampires. I like some vampire. My favorite vampire movie in 1991 was The Lost Boys. Some of those scenes were pretty violent. And I liked swimming and going on field trips. But you know, I always liked swimming. I don't even have a swimsuit. You know, I want to buy one. I don't really want to swim. I don't like swimming anymore. I was a teenager then. What was I thinking? I had a teenage brain then. Let's go back in time. God, this is so old. This is from 1991. I can't believe I found this. And I wish I could find more. Oh my God. I found my old diary. Well, it's a journal. Everyone had to have a journal when they went to summer school, so their parents know what they're doing at all times. Oh yeah, and I dislike fried chicken. It's very fattening and I can't eat chicken because I'm a vegan, but I like vegan chicken. That's the truth. If any fried chicken would be, it'd be vegan chicken. I don't like real chicken. It's too greasy. I like flowers. Flowers are my favorite. I like rock and roll. I like Rob Zombie. Dislike being bugged and rude noises and people farting in my face and waving at me. I don't like that. That's rude, whoever they are. I remember when I went to high school, some people would tease me and say rude things to me, and I just told to walk away and ignore them or tell the teacher or trusting adult because it wasn't appropriate. And some of the boys made fart noises at me. And I asked my dad why boys make fart noises at me. He said because they had a crush on me. Oh, great. Lovely. At that time, I wasn't interested. Yep, and I had to act appropriate. I want to hear my goal. My goal for this summer is acting appropriate. I don't always act appropriate, not always. I have to be told that farting in public's not appropriate. I have a habit of doing that. Drawing and painting cartoons, vampires, names aren't important, non-important human, cartoon character of me, and a cartoon of Brian Mulrooney. Let's not say names because I can get in trouble if I use real names. And then that code of behavior thing. They glue it to the paper. Oh my God, here's the schedule for 1991. Tent, pickup meeting, collect sing song, National Gallery, swimming, Carson Grove. And then on July the 8th, it was the National Gallery. On the 9th, they went swimming in Mar Blanc, the 10th in school and Hickory Trail. That's in Ottawa somewhere, Hickory Trail. Mar Blanc is in Ottawa. I remember going there. And then Thursday, July the 11th, 1991, the class went swimming and bowling. And then on Friday, July 1991. I was in the senior division. The 12th, they went swimming in Stony Swamp. And then the National Gallery. Oh my God. And on the 23rd, there was swimming in Museum of Civilization. No, on the 23rd, there was swimming in Museum of Civilization. And then on the 16th, they had swimming in McSkimming Farm. Oh my God, it's in Gloucester, Ontario, McSkimming Farm. It's still around. And then the 17th, I was in school and they do shopping. They did life skills then. Sometimes they did life skills in school. I learned how to cook. If it wasn't for school, I wouldn't be living on my own. And I was in the senior division. You had to be 15 and over to be in senior division. I wasn't with the little kids. The little kids were away. They were immature. They had to go in the immature group, the little kids. No. This is me. Oh my God, I look silly in the hat. And I liked when we played hangman, and I liked my lunch. A portrait is one person in a picture. A landscape is a scene in a picture. I learned that a portrait is one person in a picture. I like the best taking pictures. I learned that the person in the picture is the model. The person taking the picture is the photographer. Well, they're going to have a photographer if they're going to have a model. Nice. I took at the art gallery. This is me, folks. I was 15 at the time. This is my teenage me. We're going back to when I was a teenager. And that's Merblot. It looks like. So it's at Carlsbad Springs. You go to Bear Brook Trail, Anderson Road. You have to go down there, and Ottawa. Yes, conservation area boundary. This is the map to Merblot blog. It's still there. It's in Ottawa. Oh yes, and today, this was Wednesday, July the 10th, 1991. Today, we are going to the Hickory Trail. We might see deer. I spelt it wrong. It's cute though. And a northern yellowthroat. We might see a snake. Ooh, a snakey! We might see a squirrels. We might see a birch tree. We might see a cardinal. We saw oak trees and pine trees, birch trees, and the maple trees, and a sumac tree. Does anyone here know what a sumac tree is? Let me know in the comments down below. And you know, I even wrote I dislike chicken and rice. Why do I say that? I'm done.